Welcome Chisholm Trail 61. Today we're going to be doing another biscuit video, but this is going to be a special biscuit. We're going to do a copycat of the Red Lobster cheddar biscuit. And I'm going to show you how I do that coming up right now. Okay, our ingredients, first thing, when we're in here, we got 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We got 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half teaspoon of salt, and an odd ingredient, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. To that, we're going to add 5 tablespoons of cold butter. And you need your butter good and cold for this now. 5 tablespoons of cold butter. So we're going to dip out 5 tablespoons of cold butter here. And I'm going to get it as close as I can to 5 tablespoons. If we're a little over, we'll be all right. It'll just be more butter in them. But everybody knows what Red Lobster cheddar biscuits taste like. Yeah, these are going to be just as good. It's just a copycat recipe. Come from the cheddar biscuits of Red Lobster. So, if you like Red Lobster biscuits, or cheddar biscuits, then you're going to love these. You know, everything's better when it's made at home. And so, this is no exception to the rule. Homemade, you know, you just can't beat homemade stuff. So, alright, so we got 5 tablespoons of cold butter in there. And we're just going to cut that butter in. What we're going to do, we're just going to get our thing here and we're going to try to just cut that butter in and get it almost crumbly like, you know, we just want it cut in good into our flour. Now you can do this with one of them, whatever they call them little things you punch it with. You can do it with a potato masher. You can just cut your butter up real fine if you want to, you know, with a knife. But you just need to work fast. And I use this here because, you know, you really don't need to be handling your butter no more than what you have to, because, you know, the more you handle your butter, the warmer it gets. And that's the purpose of doing it cold. It just is better cold. Yeah, we about got that mixed up. We got a little bit there on the side. Let me get that right down there. I want to get every bit of that butter in there that I can. Put that back over there. But yeah, you want your butter as cold as possible when you do this. It wouldn't even hurt if it was frozen. Because the colder it is, the better it is. All right, let's look at that. Yeah, that looks good right there. You can see how our flour sort of turned yellowish color from the butter mixing into it. That's what we're looking for. We're just going to rake that off, knock that off. We're going to set that over here out of the way. What we're going to add to this, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of parsley. We got about 2/3 cup of cheddar cheese. And we're going to just get us a spoon and we're going to mix that up good. We're going to just get all that mixed up real good there. Hold it up there where y'all can sort of see what we're doing there. Try to anyway. Try to break up in where it just got packed whenever we was cutting up our butter in it there. That'll all come apart there though and set and work out of it. Just get it stirred up really well. We want it stirred up, you know, where our cheddar and parsley and everything is all the way through it there. And then we got 1 cup of buttermilk. We're just going to pour our buttermilk in there. We're going to pour not quite all of it at first. We're going to see what it looks like. Sometimes you know you have to use a little bit more, sometimes you have to use a little less. But we're going to mix that in. Now this ain't going to be a runny batter when we're done with it. We're going to go ahead and pour the rest of that buttermilk in there. We're going to need all that buttermilk today. I can see that already. We're just going to mix that around good. We just really want our flour wet, but it's going to be a pasty type of dough, about like it is there now. Just mix it up really well. Now, you can knead this if you want to. I'm going to just do it a couple times with my spoon there. I ain't going to worry about kneading it with my hands because this really doesn't even have to be kneaded. This is really a no-knead recipe. So I'm just doing it a couple times just to make sure that I got everything mixed up good. But you can see the consistency that we got there. And now I'm going to give me a cookie sheet over here. And I'm going to get me a ice cream scoop. Now we got our oven heated to 400 degrees. It's preheated to 400 degrees. And what we're going to do, we're just going to take and dip us a scoop out with her and just drop it down on a cookie sheet with parchment paper. That's parchment paper. Just flatten it out, drop it on there. You don't roll these, you don't do nothing else with them. Just drop it down on there like that. Now this is one of the very few biscuits that it's really not going to matter if they're touching or not, because you know you're not after this. Not a biscuit like you're gonna you want real tall. You know, I mean they're going to spread out some, and they're going to rise some anyway. But it's not going to be a real tall biscuit. If you've eaten them at Red Lobster, you know what I'm talking about. But probably know more about it than I do. But anyway, just get your ice cream scoop there and just dip them out with the ice cream scoop. What you want to do, right onto your cookie sheet. And like I said, we got our oven preheated over here, 400 degrees. We're going to throw them in the oven. They'll cook anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. You know, we let them get golden brown up on the top there, good and golden brown on the top. And then we'll bring you back at that time. Okay, we got our biscuits out of the oven now. What we got here, we got us a little bit of melted butter. We're just going to put us about a half teaspoon of parsley in there with it. We're going to stir that around. We're going to brush us a little bit on top of each one of our biscuits here. Just put some of that parsley and butter on top of each one of them is all we want to do. Just get that little bit of flavor on there. That extra flavor, and it'll juice them up, make them really, really good there. We want to get all that on there. All right. And we also got us a little bit of cheese here. We're just going to sprinkle us a little bit of cheese on top of each one of them. That's cheddar cheese, just like we used inside. Same cheese we used on the inside. We're just going to sprinkle a little bit on top. Now this is optional. You can do this or you can leave it off, but just like to do it while they're good and hot, and that way that cheese will just melt down in there. And we're going to let these set for just about 5 minutes. You know, get set where we can handle them, and then we bring you back and we're gonna break one open and do a taste test. Okay, we're gonna get us one of our biscuits, and they still steaming hot. We're gonna break us one open here. I'm gonna try to get this where y'all maybe see the inside when we break it open. See that cheese coming out of there? Cheese stretching out, and the parsley in there. Oh man, those are good. I'm gonna take me a bite of this one here. Man, that cheese just stringy in there. Can't wait to eat this. Man, that is a good biscuit. That is an extremely good biscuit. Cheddar biscuit. I'm going to forget about doing the video and eat the biscuit if I don't start lay it down. Okay. Anyway, y'all try this recipe. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee you want cheddar biscuits. Hey, give the video a thumbs up. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We appreciate all of you that do. Appreciate all of you that take the time out of your day to watch our videos. Y'all fix you some of these biscuits, man. We'll see you on the next one.